Here's another look inside the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, where Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will take the stage in just under 3 hours. For 90 minutes, the candidates will answer questions from two moderators. The two will not be able to ask questions of each other.
Joining us now ahead of the debate is political science professor at North Central College, Stephen Caliendo. Thank you.
It's great to see you both.
Let's start with the rules. We mentioned them. We went through them right before the break. No interaction between the two candidates. What do you make of that part?
We'll see. Well, that's the rule, right? That they're not supposed to interact. But there's ways to ask questions without directly asking questions, and I'm certain that there will be some interaction, especially if they begin to talk over one another, which I anticipate. I know we're going to mute the microphones, but I don't think that that's going to do the trick.
We've talked in the past about there are changed elections and then there are status quo elections. This one's interesting because it's sort of a status quo in different ways for each candidate. Yeah. Do you think either one focuses on policy they want to bring or policies they think have been a failure in the past?
Joe, it's a great question. You know, look, I think this is a change election in a very different way. It's a change election in the sense that it's giving the Republican Party an opportunity to change. I think you see so many Republicans coming out against President Trump because it's not the Republican Party that they're used to. In other words, they're trying to move toward a realignment. And so when you have Dick Cheney, for instance, coming out saying he's supporting Kamala Harris, that's less about this particular election and more about what happened to the Republican Party. Where is the Republican Party? Where are the conservatives? Where are people who don't want bigger government? This is very opposite of what the MAGA folks have been talking about, which is more centralized control, particularly of the presidency, to get things done. So I think there's change in the air for sure, but depending on how this goes, we could be looking at a realignment.
Let's talk about what each candidate really needs to do. We've seen Kamala Harris in vice presidential debates. It wasn't necessarily groundbreaking there. We know what happened with President Biden and President Trump last time. What does each candidate need to do, if anything, if this is really going to make a difference?
Well, look, you know, I think we're in a space now where we would not say debates don't make a difference after what happened in June. I think we had a couple years until we make sure we don't say that any longer. I think that Donald Trump has the easier route tonight, even if he goes off script, even if he acts in ways that his advisors rather not. It usually doesn't hurt him with his solid base. But I think Kamala Harris has a couple of things that she needs to do. She needs to introduce herself to the public in ways that people don't know her as well. Everybody knows Donald Trump. You feel like you have a sense of who he is. She has an opportunity to do that tonight. She probably doesn't want to make any big mistakes, that's for sure. I don't think she has to. I think Lori Lightfoot used the analogy in the last hour. She doesn't have to hit a home run. That's absolutely true. She wants to avoid mistakes for sure, but she's also got both gender and racial constraints in terms of she has to be tough, but she can't be too tough, and she can't look like an angry black woman, for instance, right? And so these social constraints that she has that he doesn't need to worry about.
All right. Stephen, it's always good to have you. Thanks for your insight.
It's great to be with you both.
Thank you.
You can watch the debate right here on CBS News Chicago beginning at 8 o'clock. And then, of course, we will have complete analysis on our news coming up tonight at 10.